Welcome to the kitchen, Natalie Cassidy.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming. I've been so excited about this.
I'm very excited because as a child, I used to stand in my bedroom and pretend to be cooking things and doing things with the chef. So I feel absolutely honoured to be here.
But I can't believe how many decades on Eastenders.
I know.
And more recently, I've just been loving all your stuff online, all your podcasts and everything.
Thank you,
so
darling.
I'm so glad to get you in. So when I invited you in, you told me you wanted to make...
Just a lovely naked kind of cake, but I also like the drip element. I'm not a baker. I like savoury cooking.
Same as me.
And Mark, my other half, loves baking, so it would be lovely to take away a little recipe that I could do at home.
Brilliant. With a naked cake, it's quite a simple idea, but it's getting the finish perfect is going to take it to the next level. I thought we'd do this lemon and elderflower.
Beautiful.
Lovely flavours. And obviously elderflower season's coming up soon as well. I've just bought this. Have you ever made your own elderflower syrup before?
No.
Oh, you have to get into that because I know you like your gardening.
I do like my
and it's
gardening.
really easy to do, but it's not quite out yet, so I've got this one.
Okay, fine.
So we're going to start off by creaming our butter and sugar. So we've got some golden caster sugar there.
Yeah.
Do you mind dumping that in there for me, Natalie? Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
Might need a little
well, there we go.
bit of help.
There we are. You say you're not a baker, but you actually did do a bake-off,
I
didn't
did
you?
do the bake-off, yeah, at Christmas. Please don't mention it.
What did you make? Because they made.
Do you know what? It was really, really good. And it's all for charity.
Yeah.
And I'm not a competitive person. So it's a show that I've permanently love watching.
Yeah.
And my daughter was actually on the Junior Bake Off.
Yes, he said. I can't believe
Yeah.
that.
So it was lockdown.
Yeah.
She started baking, as we all did. And she came to me one day and said, there's a form and I'd like to fill it in for the Junior Bake Off. She was about 9 at the time. And being a really terrible mum, I was like, oh, yeah, okay, fill it in. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen, Eliza, but fill it in.
Yeah.
Anyway, she filled it in, got a call, went through lots and lots of arduous tests.
There's so many
baking,
stages.
Loads. And it's a funny story because at one point when the producer called me, I did this sort of mum thing. And I thought, maybe they've only got her on because of me.
Yeah.
They've seen my name.
Yeah.
Oh, is it that? And they said, with all due respect, it's nothing to do with you. It's about your daughter's baking.
It's not about you.
It wasn't about me. And I was very proud of her. She loved it.
Oh, that's
She
so
loved it.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad that she likes. So obviously she's going to be loving this when you take this home. So we're just going to cream that down now.
Yeah.
So if you just it's got a little lever at the back.
Oh,
Shall I show you?
There.
Yeah, that's it. And then hopefully I've turned it on at the power. Yes, I have. Let's get our lemons zested.
I've got a bit of an obsession with
Have
lemons.
you?
Yeah, that's why I said to you, I'd like to do
Nice.
lemons. I just love the flavour.
I do.
When I was pregnant with Eliza, I used to eat them like apples.
You did not.
I did.
Yeah. How strange.
That was my craving.
We are going to use some of the juice as well. So do you know about the tip of rolling them on the surface?
No, not really. I've
Yeah.
been watching you do this.
Yeah, so you just roll them quite firmly on the surface. We get so much more juice out of them.
okay.
Yeah. If you like it quite lemony, we'll go for 3 lemons in this because there's going to be 9 eggs in this mixture.
Okay.
So I think we'll do 3 lemons, but you can obviously put it to taste. Just zest it on there, and I'll just use this one.
Onto here.
You can let it
sure?
go. Stuff. Yeah. Iconic. Sonia from Eastenders.
Yeah.
Do you get bored of people, or do you quite love it when people ask you about it all the time?
I'm honoured, really.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get bored for the thing that's made you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was there when I was 10.
10.
So 32 years ago soon.
I can't believe it. The first episode, I remember watching it, going home from school, because everyone was talking about this new show,
Yeah.
and it was
You're
with
not old enough to have been able to watch that. Hey? Don't believe
keep that
it.
in, Dan. Keep that in.
1993 I came into it.
Right.
So it was sort of 8 years after
How
it
did
began.
you get the job? Did you have to do?
I went to Anna Scher, which was a little drama school up the road. Got spotted there and went for an audition there. And it was, being in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
And then keeping it for all these years, I say, is down to professionalism and,
Yeah, exactly.
doing the best you can.
Yeah.
But it was great. But it's been really nice now because I've, taken the decision to leave.
So did they give you a juicy way out?
It was very nice. They've left the door open for Sonia, which is always really, really nice.
That's nice.
So I haven't been killed off.
Right, okay.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
And she headed off with her family into the sunset for a new adventure.
Oh,
so it was
nice.
quite nice and quite joyful. It wasn't overly depressing because she had a very hard time of it at the end. Martin died.
Right.
Her love of her life was a psycho. So very soapy.
Yeah, that's the thing. From starting off with sweet little, Sonia with Bianca, like, Ricky and all that, and obviously it was Robbie, wasn't it?
Robbie,
He was the
my brother. Yeah, Wellard.
Yeah. But then you actually went through some really juicy story arcs and everything, didn't you? With your character.
I was very, very lucky because they gave me quite a lot to do at the age of kind of 15, 16. They gave
a teenage pregnancy.
That was sort of the first biggie for me.
Yeah.
And Sonia gave birth without knowing she was pregnant, and that was a big one. That was a big one. In terms of leaving, sometimes you do think about a juicy sort of exit, like a massive death or something like that. But for life reasons, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just nice to have that door left open in case.
Yeah, that's true.
But at the same time, in a way, it's quite nice to just think that's it.
Yeah.
You know, to move forward with anything, I think you can't sit in the past.
Yeah.
So I've made a decision. Yeah. And now it's about moving forward, and it's not EastEnders for now.
Well, that's brilliant. And you've been doing loads of stuff. Like, you've just had your own Channel 4 TV show.
Yeah, that's out. A really good show. Fun. Yeah, it was really good. It's called What's the Big Deal? That was on Channel 4. And it's a consumer show, really. Yeah. But it's quite light-hearted.
Yeah.
Although I'm looking at the science, the science behind products, I'm doing it in a way that's a little bit more, it's
a bit more like, do I really need to spend my money on this?
And sort of the viewer is me, so I'm getting involved. I'm dunking myself in ice cold water.
Yeah.
Putting on the barefoot trainers, and I'm getting involved with it, which is quite nice. But actually, I found out for me the barefoot trainers are no good for my alignment, just because of how I stand, and I'm a bit hunched over. I haven't got the best posture.
I imagine they wouldn't be very good for me either.
Oh, really?
I need something really squidgy, I think.
I need quite a lot of support.
And also, they talk about, don't they, having like support for your joints and everything when you're running, and you think,
yeah. Do you run?
I mean, I do force myself to do like a 5k.
Yeah, good.
I'll go up and I'll go through New River Walk. Through there. I hate it.
I'm really, really slow.
Are you?
But I think I say as long as you're moving.
Yeah.
I did 2 marathons.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm going to turn this off now because I reckon that's creamed enough.
Lovely.
Wow,
I did 2
full marathons.
Yeah, 2 full marathons. Got kind of a very, very slow pace. I can't get out of the marathon pace I did. I really want to get into running again.
Yeah.
But I finished my marathon. I didn't run anymore. It mentally scarred me. But I do love... There is no better feeling than finishing a run. I'm finding it really difficult to fit any exercise in at the moment. Yeah. But that's just me probably being lazy. I'm just like, well, I've got all these things going on.
Yeah.
And I want to be at home. And I want to clean home. And I like my garden. And I'm a bit like, I don't want to get up at 4:30 in the morning. People get up so early to do their exercise. I just can't do it.
I can't either.
I think good luck to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
You've got
me.
to pick your things. And
my friends are my saviour because we'll go for long walks.
Yeah.
Whenever I've got a minute, I think let's get out, have a coffee, and then we go for a nice power walk. And I love that.
Nice.
I love walking.
Yeah, I do as well, actually.
I do.
Especially with the spring coming up as well.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Right, so let's get our lemon in there. If you want to dump all that lemon zest in, nicely, and we're going to add also a bit of our elderflower cordial, kind of just eyeballing this really.
Okay.
So dump that in if that's okay.
What would we say that is?
I'd say that's about
3 or 4
tablespoons. Yeah. So we're just going to add that flavour in there. With this mixture, it's basically a simple, like, equal quantities pretty much of each ingredient.
Okay.
So we're going to do 9 eggs. Plop away. I didn't realise that you did the Masked Singer.
I did.
So you're obviously quite talented. You've got
No, I am not talented.
You must want to sing to do that.
No, you don't. No.
Really?
I did it for a laugh. A friend of mine is talent producer on that show.
Right.
And I met her at an awards do. And we started chatting or whatever. And she said, I wish you could do Masked Singer. And I said, well, when's it being filmed? And it's so top secret. She went, don't say any more. I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
And then we spoke, and I had a break from Eastenders last year.
Yeah.
4 months off.
Right.
And it fitted perfectly. I actually did the documentary for Channel 4 and the Masked Singer in my break.
Oh, okay.
So it's just one of those things, everything aligns, and I thought, well, this is amazing. And I thought, why not? And you keep it a secret from the kids. There were lots of different things, and when the bush come up, I said, I've got to be a bush.
Yeah.
Just because it's so funny. Here comes the bush. Would you like to trim your bush?
Yeah.
It was very camp. And I loved it.
I love
so I
that.
said, come on, let's do it.
That's what I love about baking, because there's quite a lot of innuendos during like the baking. Like,
Yeah, like the soggy
always have a
bottoms
bit of
and all of that.
Yeah. I'm going to look it up, because I'm sure you must be.
I'd rather you not.
Okay. We've definitely got to have the trumpet.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Trumpet follows me wherever I go.
Yeah.
Very proud of it. It's sort of turned into this sort of iconic 90s
It is.
pop culture thing, and it's quite amazing. Really.
Yeah, it's really good.
I feel proud to be a part of it.
It's good for you that obviously you're down to earth and you embrace it and everything, because some people get a bit like, oh, I've moved on now, and it's just
it's part of the story, and yes, I'm moving on.
Yeah.
But I think you have to never forget where you've come from.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean?
Yeah. Right, okay, so that's all of our mixture. All we need to do now is get our flour in.
Yep.
Some self-raising flour, and I always like to put a bit of extra baking powder into my self-raising flour, just to give it a bit of extra lift.
Okay.
And put a bit of sea salt in there. I just dump the whole thing in at once. Sometimes you can do it in 2 halves if it's like a massive amount. The most important thing is when you do this, not just be careful of when you put
I think on the Bake Off, this is what happened to me, and it went a bit.
Did it? Yeah. That must have been so fun. Was Alison doing it when you?
Alison was there.
I love Alison.
She's amazing.
She's brilliant, isn't she?
Yeah.
I really love Noel Fielding.
He's great.
Yeah. I've got a tattoo of nice of you.
Have you?
Look.
That's
We'll have
impressive.
to show.
Yeah.
I actually bumped into Noel Fielding's wife at a party last year at my publishers,
Yeah.
and I had no shame. I was just being really. I was like, look, and she was like, oh my. She was like, almost like, get away from me. But then she also had to take a picture to show him. Just like, who's this weirdo?
I think people like it though.
Yeah,
it's a real
surely.
honour.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, that's done. So we'll get that in the tin. We're going to weigh about 450 grams of batter into each tin.
Okay.
So this mixture, you can do all sorts of things. You can use it for like cupcakes or layer cakes. That's 455, that's fine. And I'll just level it out while you're weighing that in. Real.
When did you start baking?
Almost 30 years ago I started doing it, and then when our son George had his kind of like first party, I thought I better do a cake to go with it.
Right.
So I did it, and I really enjoyed the whole process, and I just started doing it as a little hobby.
Wow.
And then it just started from there. Yeah. Eventually I opened a bakery in Leigh-on-Sea. Had that for about 10 years.
I love Leigh-on-Sea.
Do you?
It's lovely down there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's where we grew up.
Oh.
Yeah. They always used to go there from Eastenders, didn't they, for the holidays?
Yeah. I remember going to Talk of the Tots, Talk of the South.
Oh, God.
The little club down in Southend there. I love
the
anywhere
old
by the
town.
sea.
Do you? Yeah.
We go to Hastings quite a lot as a family.
Oh, nice.
They've got the best crazy golf. They do this is a fact for you, they do the World Championship of Crazy Golf in Hastings.
Do they?
Yeah.
Crazy golf.
I know, but it's really good.
Is it? Is it quite fun?
So pristine and immaculate, and there are 3 courses.
Oh, okay.
And we really like crazy golf.
Do you?
I feel like it's one activity that we can all do, because
That's
I've got
true.
Jodie that's 8,
Yeah.
Eliza's nearly 15. Right, we're nearly there. It's absolutely spot bang on.
When you did Bake Off, what was your signature sort of thing?
We were asked to make a Yule log.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, yeah, because yours
being
was Christmas,
Christmas.
wasn't it? Yeah.
So I tried to impress Paul
Yeah.
and Prue, and I took my homemade mincemeat that I make.
Yeah.
So I made some really early. Very strange standing in the kitchen in June making
Oh, yes.
mincemeat.
Yeah.
Depressing. But I made some jars of mincemeat, took it in. So I whizzed it all up,
Oh, to make like a paste.
make a paste,
Yeah.
and I made a Yule log and put that inside it
interesting. That's
with
quite
some brandy
clever.
cream. Paul tasted it, and Prue, they said, we can't believe no one's come up with this idea.
No, that is actually quite genius.
So maybe
See,
I
that's
should...
your innovative. Right, in they go.
How long roughly for
They'll
those?
probably take about 18 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're quite thin. Right, we're going to do a soaking syrup. So when the sponge comes out, it's really nice to add an extra bit of a layer of flavour. It keeps it more moist and also makes it last longer. And it adds more flavour.
Okay.
So we've got granulated there. It doesn't really matter what sugar you use because we're going to dissolve it. 30 mils of water, about that. A bit more. Juice of 1 lemon. It's funny when you get some with so many pips and some
I know.
with like,
I was always taught to do it like that, through your fingers.
that's a good idea. I've never... That's a really good
So
idea.
then your pips are... There we go.
Real. Do you like to use lemon in your like savoury cooking as well? Like,
Yesterday, funnily enough, I did chicken Milanese. So I breaded my own chicken and stuff.
nice.
Although it came out a bit crap.
did it?
Really, really upset, yeah.
Oh, really? Why was that?
Because it wasn't thin enough.
Yeah, it has to be really
so
thin,
I
doesn't it?
cut a breast, and then I should have pounded it more.
Smashed it more.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that was a shame, but I put lemon all over
it, yeah. Bring that to a gentle boil, simmer. Dissolve the sugar, and then once it's done, we're going to add in a bit of the cordial.
Okay.
So we'll just let that reduce for a minute or so, because only a small amount. I don't want it to be super thick, because it won't really penetrate the sponge, so I'm going to call that done.
Okay.
And then we're just going to add a bit of a splash of the elderflower cordial. I think that's about right.
That's delicious.
Yeah. These should be done. Let them just sit in the tin for a couple of minutes, and then we will pour the syrup over. I've got asbestos hands, have you?
No, I haven't.
Okay, yeah, so I wouldn't recommend you do this without gloves.
I always say that. That's such a funny saying. I say to my family they've got asbestos mouths.
Really?
Because they all want baking hot food. I would love to, when I'm doing my roast, I want to carve all the meat, put it in the middle.
Yeah.
Just put it all out and then just pour some hot gravy over it.
Yeah.
No, the plates have to be 1,000 degrees. I'm so panicked.
Really?
Because it's got to be absolutely baking hot, otherwise they moan.
Oh, how funny.
Whereas I can have
just
lukewarm food. Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah. If you have a look at that texture, look how lovely and squishy that is.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So what we'll do is we'll just literally brush all over there like that.
So you haven't put a skewer for it?
I didn't
like
actually put
people
a skewer. You can, but I forgot that bit. There we go. Your podcast, you generally just have a nice chat about just anything, really.
It started off a year ago, and I just wanted to do something which was mine.
Yeah.
I've always done things for other people, and I thought, no, I like these pods, and I started being, going on some and being a guest on some, and I thought, I really like this. And then Life with Nat was created.
Brilliant.
So I just talk to all my family members. I chat about, just like this really. I don't think about anything I do. If something comes to me, I haven't done one for ages just because nothing's come to me.
So you just do them as and when you want?
As and when I want, and it's whatever I think about,
That's quite nice, that is, though, isn't it? Because you just be natural.
It is, and that's the whole point of what I do.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to be planned because people like the fact that I'm just a real person.
Being you.
Yeah, just being me. I can't deal with all the sort of false stuff. Right, that's
That's perfect. Done. So we're just going to leave them to cool. We'll clear away. We're going to come back, make some buttercream and get it together. I'm going to show you how to get your naked effect.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So this is a classic buttercream. It's going to set hard enough so we can do our naked cake. Before I put the butter in, I'm just going to put a little bit of icing sugar. So would you mind doing the honours and popping that into the bowl for me?
All in?
Need that. Yeah, all of that. 500 grams of butter, and we're going to do 1 kilo of icing sugar. We'll mix it until it goes nice and pale and creamy.
How many minutes do you think you've spent behind one of those?
Oh my God. So there we go. So that's nice and white. So now put in the icing sugar in about 3 increments. If you've got any memories of when you were a kid, your favourite ever birthday cake?
No, I don't. My mum didn't make me my cake.
Yeah. So it's funny, I think people are one or the other.
Yeah, and I've never made cakes for the kids. No, I've always bought them.
So are you a Colin the Caterpillar sort of fan?
Colin the Caterpillar, or I would get a baker to make one.
Yeah.
For me, my experience of the kitchen and baking was my mum always made pastry.
Right.
I always remember her saying you've got to have freezing cold hands to make pastry.
Yeah.
And I remember her having ice cold hands.
Yeah.
And either doing kind of an apple pie, she was beautiful apple pies, or savoury pies, meat pies.
Nice.
So that's my sort of memory.
So
again, maybe
yeah.
In a way, kind of pies and things like that are more what I go to.
Make.
Yeah,
no, that's true, isn't it? It's part of your sort of like nostalgic family things, isn't it? Yeah. I do love pastry. I love a quiche.
Yeah, I love a quiche.
Oh, I love a quiche. My mum used to always make loads of quiches. Do you want to put it down and turn it on? Don't explode it all over the kitchen.
No, don't.
So, a bit of vanilla cream paste, just I love vanilla and I think it goes well with the flavours.
Yeah.
And then we'll just put in a bit of elderflower to taste. Let's try that. So I'll let you try that, Natalie, so you can decide on how much elderflower you want in. Have a taste and we'll add more if we want.
No, for me it's perfect.
Love it. I like my buttercream really, really soft, so I'm softening it with some boiled water.
Okay.
So... yeah, so that's nice. So now, just that bit softer.
Okay, great.
Okay. Here's our cakes. all cooled down. Have you ever used a cake leveller before?
No, not
I'm
really.
going to get my cake leveller out. It just makes it really easy. It's a no-brainer. It's not going to be wonky. That's going to be a nice flat base. It's going to be nice and level.
I can do this. Anyone can. Trust me.
Spread a little bit on there.
Yep.
And put our first sponge on centrally. Just on there like that. So I'll show you the first one, and then you're going to be next.
Okay. I'm so scared. So we go 1.
Yep.
2.
Yep. I'd even go a tiny bit more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So gently sort of like backwards and forwards, that's it. So, yeah.
Should I be turning it
Can
yet?
I touch your hand?
Yeah.
So feel kind of...
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
So a bit more
So
pressure.
start to sort of put a bit of pressure, backwards and forwards, and you can turn it round as you need to. You sort of feel, that's it. That's it.
Don't let it go off.
Yeah.
Oh, I've come off.
That's right.
Right.
You didn't, yeah. To get the slightly smoother, see, a bit more like that.
Gosh.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pressure.
That looks perfect.
Okay.
Now you can get your next cake layer.
You want me to get it?
Oh, just be confident. You're in charge of the cake. The cake's not in charge of you. That's it. Brilliant. Brilliant. So that's it. So before you're pressing it down, you're coming down and you're moving it wherever you want it.
That needs to come across.
That's it. Looks about right to me, do you think?
I think so.
Look, she's into it now. She's like, I'm doing the next layer now.
How's that?
Perfect. So, right, there you go. Love it. That's it.
I think the only time I've ever done something like this, I use a what do you call it?
A rubber spatula.
A rubber spatula, and sort of dump it on, and all the crumbs come up. But
the crumbs can come up, and it's tricky. You've got it now. Look already. Perfect.
What's that?
Love it.
So I've never been so stressed. I've done a lot of stuff.
Pop that on. So it's quite a tall cake, but I like a tall cake when you're doing a drip because it gives you a bit more room to play with and could be creative. So we want to kind of like seal that over to do the gaps. So we start off by just using what we've got there, changing the angle. I'm using the same sort of motion of that sort of backwards and forwards. It's like a paddling motion, and just dragging it through. You'll go. You'll definitely need some more there. So take some more buttercream and start to add it on to the... That's it. Perfect. So now, seeing as we've kind of got the whole thing built, we need to switch to a taller knife. Still spreading it, not trying to scrape too much off, but with that whole one. So there you go. So you're just kind of backwards and forwards, spreading it on, trying to keep it.
I know.
So you got it. That's it. You got it. Just carry on putting the knife away towards you and take it off. That's it. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
So that's looking really good now.
Okay.
Nice blob on the top. Quite a firm pressure now because we only want it to be thin. Spreading it all the way around the top, getting it completely covered, and then we'll sort of like do a bit of a scraping off motion. So don't be scared.
Well, I am.
You're doing it.
Because when I'd make a hole in the top of the cake, I'm going home.
Because it's not going to explode.
No, but I don't want to ruin it.
So now maybe you'll start to sort of like be going a bit more like that. See? Yeah. There you go.
See,
look at that.
You're doing it with the hat. Look at that. Amazing.
You've got a little bit of buttercream in your
Well,
hair. I'm going to get... So now we're going to do the sweep around the edge. I'm going to show you one and then you're going to have a go, because the great thing about doing something like a naked cake is you can go around a couple of times. All the way around.
I should have done the first one.
You can
the easier
do
one.
it. Which side do you want to, you're going to do it the same way?
I'm going to do it the same way.
Yeah, so hold this hand around there. Using a lot of pressure on the baseboard and a bit of a slightly tighter angle. It's really quite satisfying actually doing this, isn't it? Just keep going all the way around. It's looking great. It's looking great. Love it. That's perfect. And then, yes!
There you go.
See? You did it really well.
Did it?
Don't think I've ever jumped up and down and clapped before. We're going to pop it in the fridge. Ideally, you want to pop it in the fridge and chill for about half an hour at least.
Yeah.
I know you said you didn't like chocolate.
Not a massive
Not a huge fan. So I've just got some shop bought pistachio cream. This one's really nice. It's called Black Milk, and they sent me this. It's got a great taste award.
Amazing.
And honestly, it's so good. We're just going to microwave it for like 20 seconds and put it into a piping bag. Before you commit to your cake, it's really good to practice on something else. I mean, I've got a stair cake I've done. This is on the practice one here.
I'm not doing the real one, am I?
Yeah. No. You are. So I kind of go around the edge and I just let it flow like that.
Oh yeah, just
Yeah, see that? But you can do short ones, or you can hold it still and let it go for longer. Let's have a practice on there. Come on.
awful.
Don't be scared.
No, I really am.
So that's it. Just have a feel for it.
You start.
I'll start. Here we go. So I hold it quite vertical there, round the edge, and just let it fall.
So satisfying.
It is satisfying, isn't it? I really like
Just
that.
ruined it.
Don't worry, you haven't ruined it. Don't. No, you haven't. No, that's all right. Yeah. Look.
So you just leave that.
So you can leave it, or if you want to make it a bit of a bigger ring, you can kind of just go like this. If you want to have more of a definite ring.
I just want to watch you work your magic, you see.
So you've got like a definite ring. And that's a nice kind of way to finish it off. Just take your edible flowers.
Yeah.
And you just literally just pop them around the edge. Like that. Have you enjoyed doing all this cake decorating?
I've really, really loved it, apart from the fact, I'm a little bit...
Thank you so much for coming. I really enjoyed having you in the kitchen.
It's been such a pleasure. Thank you for having me. It's been great.
And everything you need to make this cake is just down in the caption, recipe and everything you need.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.